What's going on, YouTubers? It's your boy Justin with Cerebral Firearms, and today I want to talk about my shit hits the fan build. This is a build that I had going on for about almost a year. I wanted to make sure that every product that I picked was tailored to my ultimate build, and that's what I did. Starting up here with the Polonium K. Not my Polonium K, because the ATF has something to say about that. This is my buddy here at Black Rifle Medics Polonium K. He has the Rearden Atlas, and it is attached to a Rearden muzzle brake. Now, attached to that is a Criterion 1-8 223 Wild barrel. It's chrome lined. It's all the fixings. It is a carbine length gas system though. I have a BCM gas block right there with a goon beam attached to my Sons of Liberty Gunworks M89 rail, which I had no prior experience with the M89 rails, and I could tell you right now, I am beyond impressed with this. It's all attached to a BCM upper with a Modern Armory NP3 Carpenter 158 Dick Butt Edition bolt carrier group. If you guys don't know about Modern Armory, definitely hit them up. They have amazing bolt carrier groups. This is on the Mark II from Griffin Armament. It is a full ambi lower for $220. You heard that right, $220. Sons of Liberty Gunworks lower parts kit. I think they call it the blaster kit. LaRue trigger. We have a Magpul K2 Plus grip because those are my fucking favorite. A5 buffer tube with the A2 inside of it. I do have a brace on it now because I didn't bring a stock here today. I apologize. Forward control design, little pieces. Radian charging handle, Radian safety selector. It all has a beautiful Unity riser and a Promethean LP1 on top. I needed that riser to finalize this whole thing. That and the Goon Beam Long V2. This is my baby. Arisaka indexer. Everything on this gun is some of my favorite parts. They're not the cheapest, they're not the most expensive, but they're my favorite. Let's get into how she shoots next. All right. The first thing you should ever do when starting a collection is to buy or build one seriously stout and reliable pistol and rifle. While looking through my ever-growing collection, I found a gaping hole in the 11.5 inch and a huge excuse to build a new rifle. With this, I set out to build something that I could not only rely on in any situation to fight for my life, but one in what I think to be the most versatile length. Something with guts of perfection and an incredibly robust backbone. I think I achieved primarily what I set out for, and with a couple of tweaks, may be my favorite go-to rifle for years to come. Now first off, why an 11.5? Well, an 11.5 produces 40% more dwell time, better velocity, and greater reliability than a 10.5 inch barrel. Ultimately, I am more of a 12.5 to 16 inch with a mid-length gas system fanboy, but I already have those. Now I'm putting my stock in less distance engagements and more so in the 200 yards and in with a 77 grain projectile. Add a suppressor to the equation and I am already pushing 16 inches. For the guts of the build, I thought long and hard as to what I wanted to use. I ultimately fell upon two companies, Criterion and Modern Armory. Both companies devote a high level of attention to quality and reliability while equally pushing the boundaries of performance. Criterion barrels have a continuous taper and are built to address issues with weight distribution, balance, and handling of traditional profiles while increasing performance through consistent harmonics and uniform heat dissipation. They achieve this by adding weight over the chamber to absorb the heat evenly during hard use and moves the balance of the rifle closer to the body for increased control. The front end of the barrel remains light and fast for better handling, balance, and speed, even with added modern accessories. They feature chrome lining, 223 wild chambering, honed and lapped rifling, finely polished chambers, carbine gas system, gas hole tuned for proper functioning with and without a suppressor, 625 gas block journal with dimples, and precision machined barrel extensions with M4 feed ramps. The bolt carrier group from Modern Armory I use is an MP3 Carpenter 158 bolt carrier group sporting OCKS fasteners, Springco 5 coil extractor spring, and a Springco enhanced ejector spring. The rest of the features are everything in a bolt carrier group one looks for and more. Both of these choices were made due to the incredible build quality and precise machining with harmonics in mind. The other two main components I wanted to hit on that I feel rounds out this build are the rail and lower receiver. Sons of Liberty Gunworks has my complete respect for build quality after getting my hands on their M89 lock rail. Their drive lock design uses 3 wedges that interfere with angular grooves in the proprietary barrel nut. The system clamps the rail onto the provided steel barrel nut with extreme force and precision, while also driving the handguard rearward towards the upper receiver. The larger inner diameter of the rail extrusion yields more real estate around the gas block, great rigidity, and takes longer to heat up. All of this additional rigidity comes in at less than 16 ounces. The last part I will discuss in depth is the lower receiver. Griffin Armament's Mark II lower receiver is beyond a doubt the best A&B receiver for the money, hands down. For $220, you get the controls of the ADM receivers. As per my report, Griffin owns the patent with incredible QC and premium machining. It offers proper fitment, exact tolerances, enhanced durability, and an ease of use that makes me comfortable shooting from either the left or the right hand. Add on to the rear of this the Voltor A5 buffer tube and she screams perfection. The A5 system has proven to be more reliable in the field than the M16A2, M4, and H6 stock systems. It offers everything the M16 fixed stock system offers, but with increased reliability and performance. All of the rest of the controls are added for preference over function. I love the LaRue MBT2S trigger and the feel of a K2 Plus grip. The Goonbeam Long V2 is one of the best performing rifle lights on the market and for an incredible price. I love what they have been doing recently, a lot like Lead and Steel. Their LP1 has been on a handful of my builds and I have loved every one of them. It's a tank in all the right areas. I used a BCM upper, because BCM, they offer thermal fit receivers with a high level of attention to tolerance. Lastly, Reardon muzzle brakes and Q cherry bombs now outfit all of my rifles, along with Diligent Defense Zilch hub adapters for all of my jailed suppressors. I find this to be the best way to attach a suppressor for both harmonics and concentricity. The only things I assume may change on this rifle are the radian parts to FCD's ACF charging handle and ASF 50Q safety selector. Although I have radians on all of my other rifles, the FCD parts seem a lot better designed for hard use and additional gas. Speaking of gas, I'm flirting with the Superlative Arms bleed-off gas block again, or a BRT Easy Tune gas tube again, both of which are great and thrive in the areas they are designed for. The bleed-off technology from Superlative Arms and the BRT gas tube is just, perfect, yet pricey for what it is. And that, folks, wraps up my 11.5 shit hits the fan build. I feel like that length overall and the parts attached both fit my desires for the rifle. I know I can truly rely on both the build quality of the parts and my ability to construct the rifle with the utmost care and attention to detail I desire. Before you build out your collection of guns, always make sure you have a trusted pistol and a trusted rifle, one in which you feel safe to take into any situation, knowing it is nothing but a force multiplier. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, learn, train, and evolve, because it's always better to be a warrior in the garden rather than a gardener in war.